I wanted to share with you some very exciting news. We are now 20 weeks pregnant with baby number 4. I have, you'd think with baby number 4 I would be like really showing by now. And I just started showing about 2 weeks ago. So, a little disappointed actually with that. Because you hear that and you think, oh, my first one, they're not going to show. And then my second one, oh, I'll show a little more. And then my third, yeah, I'm going to like pop. And then number 4, you think like, yeah, I'll basically be pregnant and then everyone will see immediately. And apparently my body doesn't do that. So, 20 weeks, we are very excited. The Lord has blessed us so greatly with 4 just wonderful, beautiful babies. We have 3 little girls, and we don't think we're gonna find out what this one is. We're thinking about letting this one be a surprise at the birth. The Lord has blessed us so much, and I'm just really excited to see what He has in store for us over the next several years of our lives with our 4 beautiful babies. Now that my update is out of the way, let's get started on some hamburger buns. Here I have 1 cup of warm water. I'm gonna add in, the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons or 2 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. I'm just gonna add a tablespoon because I would like it to rise a little bit faster than what the recipe says as well. I'm also gonna add in 3 tablespoons of sugar. And 1.5 teaspoons salt. I also need 3 tablespoons of butter at room temperature as well as an egg at room temperature. And I don't have either of those things. So I'm going to stick this in the microwave for just a few seconds just to get it soft enough so that it will mix well with everything. Alright, this is now done. It did start melting just a little, but I'm sure it'll be fine. In this Pyrex, I did add, I don't know if I've actually said this, but I did add the yeast, salt, and sugar all in the warm water. The yeast has now bloomed, and we're going to start getting everything in the mixer. So this is what our yeast now looks like. It's kind of created like a foamy section on top. So that's ready. We're going to add 3 cups of an all-purpose flour into the stand mixer. And the recipe does say to just mix everything together. So in here we have 3 cups of flour. In our Pyrex we have water, yeast, sugar, and salt. I have 3 tablespoons of butter and then our 1 egg. And we're just going to put all of this in here and we're going to mix it for about 3 to 5 minutes. So now what I'm going to do is oil my hand and grab this dough. If I can get it, there we go, unstuck from the bowl. I'm going to put some oil back in here and we're going to just spin this around and roll it all in that oil, completely covering the dough. And then I'm going to get that out of the way. And we're just going to cover this with a cloth. And we're going to let it sit and double in size. This has now been sitting for about 40-45 minutes. As you can see, it has doubled in size. So here I'm gonna put some flour out on the counter. I'm just gonna kind of move this into a ball. And I'm going to separate this into 10 buns. Try to make them even. Now all I'm going to do is take the smooth side facing down. We're going to kind of pull all of the ends up, and I'm going to twist just slightly just to kind of help hold it. And set this to the side. And I'm going to do this with each of them. You can also just kind of go around like this instead, if you'd prefer. And kind of grab at the end. I'm not going to be able to bake these all at the same time, but I am going to go ahead. I have a lined baking sheet. I'm going to go ahead and put 5 of these on this pan. And hopefully as they start to, because we're going to let them rise again, hopefully they won't get too big. Hopefully I'll be able to bake 5 of them at a time. I'm going to lay these fairly close to this pan because I'm just going to use that same cloth I used earlier. The only difference is this time, because I don't have oil over these, the oil that I put on the dough ball for the first rise prevented the air from prevented the dough from drying out. So since this time I don't have the oil on them, I want to wet this and then put this over it to prevent it from drying out. What we're going to do is flatten them out just a little bit. Last time I made them, I didn't flatten them enough, and so they were like this big around and they were super thick. So I want them to be a little bit bigger around this time, a little thinner. These are going to take probably about 20 to 30 minutes to rise. So while I'm waiting on that, I have a bowl. I'm going to go ahead and get our egg wash ready. So I'm going to crack 1 egg in here. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of water. And I have a pastry brush, I think. One of these things. And I'm just going to kind of mix it together. These have now been rising for about an hour. I'm going to just take our egg wash and very carefully. Yeah. Yeah, this is our egg wash. Your turn here. Good job. All right, my turn. Thank you. Mommy's turn.
I only want to
Can you do this one as well? Get some more of the egg wash on it. Thank you, baby. You're doing so good.
See.
Now these are ready to go in the oven. Thank you so much for coming along with me today as I made hamburger buns. I hope all of you have